You got some people in the house.
You got a lot of people in the house.
Oh, really? Okay, if you say so. Hey, everybody. My name is George Judice. As you know, this is going to be maybe my first episode of something called, I don't know, what do you guys think? This thing may be called, this is what I heard. Somebody told me.
Okay.
At the Table with George Judice. What do you think?
I love it. I think that's great. At the
Really?
table.
Well, you're the one with all the great stuff going on. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
why I want to ask you about
I inspire.
all that stuff. Yeah. What we want to talk about today is the film that we all worked on together called One Last Kiss.
Yes.
Marquevias and Mike both starred in this film.
Absolutely.
And so I just want to talk a little bit about that. Let me ask you guys first. I'll start with you, Mike. How did you get mixed up with this movie?
Well, through social media, I met you. And looking at some previous projects, I liked what I was seeing and I reached out. And we met at, I believe it was Starbucks.
I think it was a Starbucks.
I wasn't even employed. I wasn't a partner at the time, but I was traveling back and forth between Georgia and New York. And I came into the city and I said, let's finally meet. And we met. And it was a great meeting and a great collaboration. And we went from there.
Crazy, right? Yeah, crazy. I think that first day, as a matter of fact, you told me, "Hey, I just got a job at Starbucks," because you impressed.
Probably, yes,
you impressed
correct.
somebody
Yes.
that day. I mean,
Yes.
the reason I love working with you is just you're so positive.
I tried.
And I know I was having a bad day. I'm still having a bad day, but and you come and you got that smile, and I was just like, "Wow, this is awesome, man! Make me feel good about things."
Very well.
Yeah. And then, how did you get mixed up in all this mess, then, man?
I was on Facebook and met Michael, and then I was complaining to Michael about how I'm such a good looking guy and etc.
So handsome.
And how I'm not booking any roles, or like, and I showed him all my stuff, my package and stuff. He was like, "This is why your resume is not what it needs to be. Your headshot is not what it needs to be." So therefore, I was like, "Okay, tell me what I need to do." And he was like, and he told me that he was working on a project. I told him I was working on a project, and we just exchanged information from there. And that's how I got introduced to you.
That's awesome. Well, yeah. See, so Mike, you're like this linchpin. You're like, "Hey, come with me over here." He brought you over there, right? And then that kind of stuff. That's awesome. So yeah, then we talked about One Last Kiss is a project that I was thinking about for a long time. And Mike just lit the fire under my butt and said, "Hey, let's get this going." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, let's do this. Let's do this." So what was it like preparing for this project for you guys? Well, let's start with you, Mark. Yeah.
Me being that I had so much like makeup done, that was like a process of its own, because you had to work with the prosthetic skin and like how to show it, but like in the film you also had to hide it because I didn't want to give the whole thing away. So that was like a process of like with the camera setup, like not showing it but showing enough where they can get the concept of what's happening. And then as for the acting part of it, that was really more of a deep like mental state of a process, because somebody threw acid on your face and you coming back and you still talking to that person, but you secretly you wanna kind of get your revenge. That was like really mental for me. So some parts you see me like kind of like roll my eyes back and like start thinking or talking to myself during the film. Like we just watched it a couple seconds ago. I could watch the parts where I actually I can see myself talking to myself in a really weird way. So yeah.
That's crazy. Wait, so you've never had acid thrown in your face for real?
Never had acid thrown in my face for real. So it's just a mental kind of like psychiatric process where
wow.
Somebody threw acid in my face. We gotta get it on. No.
Right. I kind of like that. I didn't know it. Yeah, now that you mention it, I'm kind of looking back on it going, yeah, you were talking. I mean, and that's what a crazy person would do, kind of, right? Is kind of, under your breath a little bit or something. What about you, Mike? What was it like working on this project, or even preparing for this project?
Preparing for the project was pretty interesting because I'm not here full time. So I always have to throw in traveling and being prepared to go from one city to another, what's it going to be like when I get there. And mentally, it was more so petty.
Okay.
On the petty side, because my character was remorseful and did some pretty bad things. That's why you were all jacked up. But to me, it was underlining pettiness.
Nice.
Yeah,
Pettiness.
he was underlined with a bit of pettiness.
I like that.
But it doesn't pay to be petty.
Not in this movie, right?
Because revenge will be your portion.
Right.
Yes. And you have a lot of people that are just petty naturally.
Mm-hmm.
And they think they're getting away with being petty. But there's a universal law, and it's called reap what you sow.
There you go.
You know? So at the end, you see where my pettiness got me.
Mm-hmm.
On the floor. The makeup, super dope, super amazing. I never had makeup like that. I had been on The Walking Dead, but I was a masked zombie. So that was interesting, just wearing a mask. But having to sit and allow her to apply it was like so cool. So cool. And then the acid part, just
The little bubbles.
the bubbles and
Right.
and I'm like,
I forgot about
I don't need these bubbles to get in my eyes. But it was cool. I was really excited that I got a chance to wear the makeup. And then listen, so when I took the pictures that we took, I posted on my Facebook. So many people were hitting me up and asking me, "Am I okay?"
Right.
People were asking me, "What happened to you while you're in New York?" I had a friend of mine inbox me and said, I will fly you home right now if you need to come home.
Whoa.
He said, he said, don't tell anybody. You don't have to tell nobody, it's me. I will fly you home. And I'm like,
wow.
I don't need to come home. It's a film. But just the response, the makeup was so on point. People honestly thought something happened to me.
That is crazy. Yeah, unfortunately, Bree couldn't make it today. We wanted Bree to be here, but yeah, she was brilliant, right?
Oh,
I mean, she was awesome.
She's amazing.
Just all around. And I remember you telling me about that. That
Yes.
people are telling me, am I okay?
Yes.
Because you just put the picture on Instagram.
Yep.
And of course, nobody knows what's going on.
People are like,
so-
I'm literally at least 40 people.
Wow.
At least 40 people from back home. Hey, what's happening?
Right.
And I'm like, what y'all think? I'm in an abusive relationship or something? I mean, the messages were kind of sounding like, are you dating? Did someone do this to you? I'm like, no, this is a movie.
I mean,
This is a project. Trust me, nothing is happening.
Yeah, Bree was awesome. She blew me away when I did my research. I looked for her, and I didn't even know it would be that brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, I knew she was
brought that.
good. I knew she was good, and then she brought, like you said, that last minute thing too, that acid thing that was
acid,
bubbling.
Came up with that on the fly.
Right.
Yeah.
She was like, wait a second, guys, I got an idea.
Yeah.
And then we had a production assistant, Paula, run to the bodega and get some stuff that she said, like Alka-Seltzer.
Yeah.
That was
sprayed, and I'm like,
right. That was a trip, man. That was a trip. Well, any last ideas about working on that you want to talk about? Yeah, the makeup was awesome. I loved your acting in it. I thought you guys brought it for sure because, I wrote this little thing and I was just like, okay, let's see what happens. And man, you guys brought it. Like you said, you had that revenge inside, you had that pettiness inside, and it just made this. I think it's my best film so far. I hope I keep on growing, of course, but definitely my best film to date. So thank you so much, guys.
I'm always excited to work on a project.
Mm-hmm.
No project is too small. No project is too great. Anytime I can get in front of the camera and make a little bit of magic,
Right.
I'm all a part of it. And I remember us talking, and it's like, yes, let's do this. Let's do this.
Right.
And I want to say I love social media. I know social media has pros and its pros and its cons. I love social media because we are all a product of what social media can do. Because all three of us met through social media. Me coming to New York, didn't really know anybody, came with this program. I was the only person pretty much out of the program that made a move here. So it's not like I came with friends or family. I do have a friend here. But then I met Marquevias, and prior to me introducing Marquevias to you, he had introduced me to another producer and got on another project. And we've just been kind of working together ever since. You know, we may be those two actors that people are like, they're always in a show together.
That's brilliant, though, right?
You know?
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's the way to make it, though, right? We got to make connections.
True.
We got to stay cool. We got to make friends, and yeah, hopefully we work together. I know we've already worked on something together. I don't know
Yes.
how much you want to talk about that, but yeah, any upcoming things, Mark?
Yeah. Right now is an off-Broadway play called Life Insurance that, again, me and Michael is in.
Right.
And then me and George is going to work on a film called Lovesick. Hopefully it get filmed by the middle of next month, and it's really interesting. That's all I can say.
Yeah, we got a good pre-production schedule going right now, and I'm really excited about that again. Yeah.
Yeah, me and Marquevias are on another project. We're in off-Broadway. Matter of fact, the day that we shot this, I don't know if you remember, the day that we shot this, I had to leave because we had the life insurance rehearsal. So everything happens in its proper timing. And I just love when it rains, like, you know, they say when it rains, it pours. Because it's just a trickle, it's a ripple effect. It just keeps moving and keeps moving and keeps moving. So yes, me and George did work on another project, Missing Ingredient, which I wrote and produced, and George brought his magical touch to it, which you guys will be seeing later. But yeah, we're in it to win it. You know, we're in it to win it. We're buddies.
I love that. We're in it to win. I mean, this is all we can do to succeed, right? Is just keep working, keep pushing, keep the ball rolling. And yeah, I love how you said it. When it rains, it pours. We want to keep the ripples going, man. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming out today.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Hope you all on social media and all out there had fun. And next time, yeah, I'm sure we'll be sitting at this table again, talking about Missing Ingredient.
I love this. At the table with George.
I love it. Thank you. Mark, we'll have Mark back when we talk about our project, and then yeah, we'll see about having other folks on here too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, everybody. Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching.
Do we want to talk to anybody? Is there any questions, social media questions that you want to talk to? Mike?
No, we're just saying hi and just
awesome. Yeah, I wish I could reach my phone up there. I see some comments. I can't see you guys. I should have better planned for this, but yeah, right. But hey, what can you do? Yep.
You know.
Awesome. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you, guys.
We'll see everybody next time. Yeah. Bye-bye.